All right, good morning, everyone. Actually, it's afternoon. It's 12 o'clock Central Time, and my name is Nancy Anderberg, and this is our team call. So thank you so much for joining, everyone. Go ahead and mute your line. I'm going to keep the lines open today. You can mute and unmute. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about your audience and who is your audience and what's really going out there in the industry of relationship marketing, network marketing, and with something that is emerging and it's very, very real, and it's called the gig economy. And there is a gig mindset as well that goes along with that. And so I want to talk about that. Many of you are on our wealth building calls that I'm teaching. It's an 8-week series. We just, closed out week number 3. And this is to take us into January and to the end of January, because this is the time, as you can see by the numbers on our call, when people start to kick back, they go into management mode, they have a lot on their plate, and they forget the commitment that they made to themselves to employ themselves and to discipline themselves to operate their business. This is your part-time business. But I always encourage people to not treat it like a hobby or if I have time, but to really take it seriously. There are a handful of people in our company that are full-time, like myself. I've been part of this industry, as you know, for 28 years, and my background is really a fitness professional and nutrition for over 30 years. So I'm very, very passionate about helping people, because if we don't have our health, we really don't have a lot. And I know that you guys agree with me. And so my passion came from losing my mother, at a young age. And it was difficult because I watched my mother make choices in her life that really led to her demise, or the maladies that actually, stole her life. But a lot of it was choices. And we know today that you are not just stuck with the DNA that you were born with. DNA is changing, it's moving, it's your telomeres can grow and they can shorten, and there's all these different things that we can do to help program or reprogram our DNA. And energy has a lot to do with it, but so does nutrition, so does mindset, so does the people you hang out with and the environments you live in, the toxins in our environment, the electromagnetic smog, all of those things. Actually, George is calling me. Let's see what George has to say. I'm gonna put it on speaker so you can hear. We're gonna laugh at him. Hey, George, we're doing our Zoom and you're on speaker.
I am.
You say hi to the team. You're missing our team call.
Hi, George.
I was driving, but I'll be happy to get on. Hi, everybody.
Say hi, you guys.
Hi.
I go, we're gonna really embarrass George. It's hard to embarrass him. We know. I know, that's why I did this. Okay. All right. Hop on if you can. Okay. All right. Bye. You guys are like, oh, I better not do that. She'll embarrass me. So, anyway, guys, I was just mentioning electromagnetic smog. All of this wonderful radiation that isn't so wonderful. It comes out of our screens, out of our computers, out of our telephones, everything that's plugged in. All of that creates toxins. And so, when I got really passionate about teaching people about prevention, my life just changed. I knew that this is what my calling was. I knew that this is what I was created to do, because I'm just a little evangelist at heart, and I wanted to help people. What drove that desire from losing my mother was the loss. It was, gosh, I was just young and I was just starting to, have children and have a family, and I was bummed out and I felt ripped off. It's like, dang it, my mom should be here helping me and teaching me and all those things. And so anyway, you guys, back then it was like 1 out of 8 people died of breast cancer. And if you drank, it increased it greatly. I mean, up by 80%. And so my mother, she struggled with addiction. She struggled with alcohol, and it was a very sad thing. And maybe that's why I was birthed into this world, to help people and to make a difference. And so I don't know what it is, but all I know is that part of the thing that I've been teaching for years is figure out what your passion is, what your drive is, what just gets you pumped up and then figure out a way to make money at it, right? Because then when you work, you're never going to work. It never feels like a job. It's joy, truly. And being an entrepreneur has its ups and downs. It really does. But I love our business of relationship marketing. And if you heard me talk a little bit about that I believe that it's the greatest thing that's ever, the greatest opportunity in capitalism. I believe that with all my heart, network marketing, because where else can you start a business, for $100 to $1,000 and turn that into, return on investment quickly, sometimes in a day, and turn that into a 6-7 figure income. Where can you do that? And we all have the same opportunity, right? It's just all depends on us. We are that one factor that's different, okay? And so that's why I share, everything that I share with you, because I feel like if I can do it, you can do it. And I want to be able to teach you the things that I've learned and the things that are working and the things that aren't working. I think it's important to talk about. So we're going to talk about that today. But my long-term mentor, still my mentor today, and my dear friends, Larry and Taylor Thompson, you hear me talk about him all the time, but he's been a professional in this industry. He just coaches. He's not a distributor, but he has owned companies and he's mentored companies, helped start companies, and he coaches many top income earners around the world for the last 50 years. And one of the topics he's been talking about recently is really, really important. And it's the whole gig economy. What is that? What is the gig economy? Well, it's the, Michael, and you can relate to this. It's the Uber and the Lyft and the Amazon mentality, right? I'm not gonna lie. I go on Amazon. I shop on Amazon. It's easy for me. I don't necessarily have to leave my house. And I love to shop, but it's so simple to just order it online, have it come right to your door in 2 days, and it's just simple, simple, simple. It doesn't take a lot of time. It's easy. People now, okay, write these statistics down, and you're gonna understand why I'm talking and teaching this, because I believe it's really important. But 4 out of 10 people in the United States have a side gig, have a side hustle, or a part-time job, or whatever you want to call it. A side hustle is what Taylor calls it. I love that. And guess what the average person from the 4 out of 10, guess what that average person makes on their side hustle or their side gig, or their not even necessarily plan B, but just their extra? They earn an average of $686 a month. Okay. So what do we talk about? We talk about most people just want to earn that extra $500 to $1,500 a month. This confirms it, right? But what has happened in our industry of network marketing, there's actually been a decline. Why is that? Because there are so many ways to make money on the internet now. People set up their what is that? They're those little websites. Oh, what's the name of it, you guys? Unmute yourself and tell me. I want to think of it. They make crafts, or they go and they buy. I mean, I have a friend, a very young friend. I'm not going to mention her name. She goes and she buys old Levi's from Goodwill, cuts them up, makes them all cute, and sells them on Etsy. That's what it's called, Etsy. Is that what it's called? Etsy? Something like that. Anyway, and she makes $40,000 a year. This is her side hustle. All right. It's a little bit more than $686 a month, right? So there's a lot of ways. I mean, people make jewelry and a lot of different things. You can make money on the internet pretty easy now, right? Or in a snap, you can, as long as you have a decent car, you can go drive Uber. You can drive for Lyft, and you can make money. I have friends that have done that. And, it's kind of like a no-brainer. Now, do they spend a lot of time teaching and training? And do you have to get on, weekly calls that, 2-3 weekly calls a week and spend a half an hour and go? No. Is there a lot of training? No, there isn't. Right? Okay, so this is what the gig mentality is. So network marketing has actually decreased around the world. I found this really interesting. In the 1970s, you guys, you want to know what it was called? It was called pyramiding, for real, right? And then those of us that got involved in this type of industry, at a young age, in the 90s, that's, Amway was fighting like crazy. Herbalife was fighting like crazy. And that's when they started calling it the multi-level marketing industry. So at least it wasn't called pyramid anymore. Then it became MLM. And then those of us that were in MLM, we in the later part of the 90s, we started getting all sensitive and we're like, oh no, it's not MLM, it's network marketing. Call it what it is, network marketing. And then we are starting to call it relationship marketing because it's about building relationships, right? But the bottom line is we're constantly teaching and training people. And we think that we have to do everything a certain way and control people and all those things. But guys, people don't want a job, okay? So I know you're gonna think I'm dogging network marketing, but I mean, I'm gonna mute you guys here. I'm not at all. But what I want to do is I want to make this really relevant for today. It is almost 2019. A lot has changed since the 70s, 80s, 90s, and where we're going. Technology has changed. It's easy to make money online. Gosh, you can go to a website to make t-shirts. They'll make it for you. They'll ship it for you. The whole thing. All you have to do is promote it. You know, and I look at Instagram and I call it, okay, this is going to be rude. Maybe I'll hashtag this. I call it Insta porn half the time. I think it's ridiculous. I mean, here I'm a fitness person, and yes, I'll show some, fitness shots and maybe in my bikini in the summer, or my fitness competition, but it is just unbelievable the attention and what people are doing out there to get attention. But then what they do is they turn it into making money where, oh, by the way, here I am in my barely bikini and now look at my t-shirt and you can buy it for $19.99. It just cracks me up. Okay, I'm just being real with you. You expect nothing less from me, right? Okay, so things are changing, right? And if you look at where we are in our company and you look at who you're attracting a lot of professional network marketers, right? Are you attracting the millennials? Are you attracting the people in the early 30s and their 20s? Not quite as much. We need to be able to attract that population, right? Not just us that are baby boomers, or I'm just like right before, right after, I guess, the baby boomer trend. But there's a new trend going on, so you need to understand who your audience is. Now, everybody wants to get out there and we all talk these big numbers. Oh, you can make this and you can make 1,000 a day and all this stuff, right? Guys, understand that the majority of the people only want to make that extra $500 to $1,000 a month. And so when I say we need to know our audience, we really need to know our audience. And when you're talking with people, remember that you've got to kind of get into their shoes. Okay, get into their pair of pants, be them, because the whole time when you're talking to them, all they're thinking is what's in it for me? What could this do for me? That's what they're thinking the whole time. And so you've got to know your audience. If George, you're on now, George says to me, Nancy, can you hop on this call to Poland? And I said, okay, who's my audience? You guys always know this. When you ask me to do a call, say, well, who's my audience? Who am I talking to? Because the most important thing that I want to try to understand is, who are they? What's their background? What's their experience? Are they married? Are they single? Do they have kids? Do they like sport? I want to know a little bit about them because we're looking for that area to connect. Okay, that's the most important thing. We need to connect with people. So if it has truly changed, and now we're in this gig economy mentality where you can make money fast, simple, magical. That's what we used to say all the time in Herbalife. Just keep it fun, simple, magical, right? But now it's like people want it fast. They want it shipped to them free in 2 days, right? So this is where we're at, all right? So if indeed 4 out of 10 people in America, I don't know what the numbers are worldwide, and I understand we've got people, from all over the world in our organization. But if people in America, 4 out of 10, have a side gig, a side hustle, and they're making on average an extra $686 a month, and they're happy with that, what's wrong with that? Nothing. Nothing's wrong with that. Okay. So how do we get them to look at us? If they just want to make that extra 500 to 1,000 bucks a month, are you pushing them into, well, you got to get on the Tuesday night call and you absolutely have to be on the Saturday morning call. And you know what, if you're going to be an entrepreneur, you need to get on these wealth building calls with Nancy, because she's going to teach you mindset and teach you this and teach you that and da 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 da. And all of a sudden, think about what that sounds like. I only want to make 500 to 1,000 a month. Okay, if that's what I want. And you're telling me I have to do this, 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 this. Well, first of all, if you're saying, oh yeah, this is your business, you're like, you know, this is an entrepreneur and it's your own business and you're going to be in charge of your business and you have the, you know, you have the opportunity to write your own paycheck and all those things. But if you're telling them you have to do this, this, and this, you're already bossing them around. Guess what? I'm like, I'm out. Forget it. I don't want another job. Okay, so I think maybe some of us are doing that. Maybe. I want you to just do a little self-evaluation. That's all. And if you go, yep, I kind of am, then just stop. Because why? Because you're not a tree. Get up and move. You can change like that. So I just want you to be aware of this. Now, if someone tells you, listen, I've got some really big goals. I love what the product has done for me. I've had an amazing product result. And I get the big picture. I want to have full-time income working part-time, and I'll do whatever it takes. You know, then fantastic. Then they need to get plugged in, and we need to see how teachable they are. We need to really see if they have that desire, and then we need to see if they're willing to work, right? But you know what? Most people, guys, it's 85% of the people, they just want that extra 500 bucks. So are you overwhelming them? That's my question. Are you? Think about it. Because if you're teaching this stuff and you're not getting a response and they're not doing it, you might want to change your message a little bit. You might want to change your message of how you're coaching them. Because I coach people very, very differently. Very, very differently. And some of you are on the call, and if you heard how I coached Michaelin versus how I coach Debbie, you would be like, is that the same Nancy? Okay. But you have to learn this stuff, right? And it's easy to learn. It's just being perceptive and listening to people. Okay. Debbie wants to do really well and do some great things, but right now she says, okay, right now this is where I'm at. So then I know my job right now is to love Debbie. But in return, Debbie loves me. She sent me a birthday present. How sweet is that? So sweet. Debbie, I love you. Anyway, but Michaelin, I know where Michaelin's at, and I've worked with Michaelin for a number of years. I know when I have to give Michaelin a little spank and a kick in the rear end and no stinking thinking. She does the same thing to me, actually. And so remember where you're going. We know what we're doing. But the thing is, if I coach Michaelin that way, Michaelin can't turn around and coach people that way that aren't where Michaelin's at. See what I'm saying? So be very, very wise in who you're working with. The only way you know is by developing the relationship, asking a lot of questions, and then asking them permission. May I have permission to speak into your life? Because this is kind of what I see. I could be wrong. But this is kind of what I see, and correct me if I'm wrong. I think that you get it, you see it, but you're just not willing to work right now. And that's okay. Just let me know when you are, because I'm going to give you the next step. And when you're ready to take it, let me know. No big deal. Then they're like, oh, God, thank you. Guys, I can't tell you how many emails I get from people, and not necessarily people even in my organization, so don't think it's you, that go, my upline is stressing me out so bad. They're telling me I have to do this and I have to do that and I have to get on this call and I have to be in the wealth building. And Nance, I don't want to be in the wealth building. I just want to have fun with this. And I just want to make an extra 500 a month, and I'm pretty sure I know how to do that. And then you know what I say to them? I say, tell your sponsor that. Communicate that. Do not stuff it. Do not because if you stuff it and one of these days you're gonna boop, you're gonna pop and you're gonna like blah, and you're gonna be nasty and mean and tell off your sponsor. And you don't want to do that because they're probably your friend. You're probably grateful that they introduced you to this business, right? So sometimes, well, no, not sometimes, all the time, it is good to communicate in an honest manner, no matter what, no matter what. If they choose to be, if you do it with the right intention and a kind heart, and if they choose to be offended, that's on them. That's their choice. If you can look in the mirror and say, my heart and something was right, and I felt like I said it in a way that was out of kindness, then you're good. That's all that matters. You can't be responsible for how people perceive you or how they don't, right? I tell you what, when I got over myself, I say just get over yourself. When I got over all that, I was released into just being me and teaching real stuff like this. This is just real stuff. Do network marketers typically teach this kind of stuff? No, they don't. They give you all sorts of fluff and bullshit. Sorry, most of them do. I'm never going to do that with you. I just won't. People are tired of that. They can go and make money other places, but they want to be with someone in an organization, in a company, where they can come to you when they have a question and you can answer it. And you don't have to tell them, you can point, guide, direct them to get the answer. That's the greatest thing you can do, because then you're going to set them up to really empower and embrace their business because it's theirs. Do you know that your job truly, as when you enroll someone, yes, you are vested. You know, they're like I always say it's like your children. You got to raise them up and train them in the ways that they should go, right? I love that scripture. But you're not, you can't control them. You can't make them do anything. All you can do is inspire and give the next step. I have someone that I know would be such a rock star at this, and he really needs to make money. And every now and then, he'll comment on one of my Facebook posts, and I'll say, hey man, I think you owe me a phone call. And that's it. That's all I say. Or I'll send a text, hey, how's it going? I haven't heard from you. He wants it, but he's not teachable, and he's not willing to work right now. I don't know why. But he knows I'm here if he needs me. You know, and I've got a lot of those people. So bottom line is, be more inclusive in the language that you're using with people, and use language that will speak to them regarding this gig economy. Don't pressure, don't try to, put a round peg or a square peg in a round hole. Don't do that. Listen to them. See where they're at. Give them pointers and tips. Don't press, don't step on toes. This is their business. No, they're not alone, but it's still their business. And so I've made some pretty bold phone calls lately with people. And I've said things like, hey, may I just have permission to speak really just forward and honest with you? I just ask them. Do you guys ever do that? Do you ever ask people permission? I ask people permission. And I say, I could be wrong, but this is what I'm seeing. I see someone like you that is, and I'm going to tell them all the wonderful things that I see about them, the strengths, because I'm going to deposit a lot of love in them first. And then I'm going to go over to these 3 things. And I'm going to say, but I see these 3 things are some stumbling blocks that are stopping you. And I just, my heart hurts for that. I want to help you get through those stumbling blocks, but I can't help you unless you are ready to do the activity so that I can fix and refine and help. Okay. So these are the things you need to say to people. Okay. And these are the things you say to your friends that aren't even in your business. These are the things you say to your family members that aren't in your business. These are things you say to friends in life. I have this friend, Annie. You guys have never met her. I love this girl. And I'm going to be really honest with you. This is kind of vulnerable here. So she's like, Nancy, you're such a go-getter. You are such a bulldog. You just, man, when you see something, you go for it. When you grab hold of something, you're like, boom, and you're there, and you're gonna win, and you're gonna make it happen, and you're this, you're gonna do it. She said, but sometimes in relationships, I don't know, like not business, but in personal relationships, I don't know if that's working for you so well. Michael would probably tell me the same thing. And I'm like, oh, immediately I'm like, you want to know how I feel? Immediately my response is, oh my gosh, I'm not good enough. Isn't that stupid? Isn't that just dumb? It's dumb, right? It's like, are you kidding me? So what did I do right there? I chose to listen to this stupid tape in my head, even though Annie loves me and she would never say I'm not good enough. But in that area, I feel like I'm not quite there yet. I'm not quite good enough. No big deal. It is what it is. I'll work on it. So why do I share this stuff with you guys? Just because I feel like we have to get real with who we are. And do you really know yourself? Do you really know your audience? Because the more you get to know yourself and you start to listen to this stuff, and hopefully you can just, either you think I'm, crazy, or you think, oh, there might be something to that. You can fix and refine things, and it'll help you with your delivery. It'll help you with your follow through. I try not to use MLM, network marketing language, a lot. I try not to. I use a lot of Jim Rohn stuff. I use a lot of, Larry Thompson stuff, but I really try not to use that language. You know the language I'm talking about. It's the same language, as a Christian woman that people, we always used to say, especially from the South, oh, bless your heart, bless her heart. Those kinds of things. I'm really off on a tangent now, but you know what I mean. So who is your audience? Your audience, whether you like it or not, are people that have the gig economy mentality, and we need to start shifting so that we can capture some of this, so that we don't have them all. That's our competition now. It's not other network marketing companies. Our competition is people spending time building their little Etsy, whatever it's called, business, where they're making $1 here and $1 there, selling their t-shirts and their crafts, which is fantastic. I think it's awesome. In fact, I told my daughter she needs to do it. She has a lot of followers on Instagram. I'm like, Kai, you need to sell something. She's not going to sell, my stuff, then she needs to sell something. But, or the Uber, those kinds of things, right? We need to capture that and say, come on over here. You can do this super part-time. I'm going to show you some tools that we have where you can plug in. Tell me, just by me saying that, what pops into your head? What do we have? Forget about the conference calls. They don't want to do them. Forget about these types of calls. They don't want to do them. What do we have? Unmute yourself and talk to me. What do we have? Anybody see this? We've got an app. We have an app. And do you know that all you have to do is click send a link, put in their phone number, send a link, whatever one you want to send. You can watch them and you go on your computer and log in. If you haven't set it up, go to giashare.com, right? Set it up on your computer, not on your phone. Set it up on your computer, and you just put their phone number in, you send a link, and guess what? Every time they are in the process of looking through the presentation, you're going to get, actually, Debbie, if you're on, Debbie, I got another message that you were in there looking at mine today. You haven't set yours up yet, and she's looking at it. And they're being dripped on. There's an autoresponder system. You don't have to do anything. Is that fun? Is that simple? Is that Uber mentality, Michaelin? It is. It is. Guys, I have lists upon lists upon lists of people, and I bet you do too. The average person has 300 contacts in their phone. I have thousands. I haven't even had the time to do that. What I should be doing is I should just go grab a couple of 20-somethings and say, listen, I've got these thousands of leads. I want you to join my business. I want you to understand the product. Go watch these videos. This is my system. Here's some leads for you. Just start plugging those babies in. That's it. It's simple. Now, are you going to have to go through way more numbers doing that? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Okay, I'm not going to lie. But this is something that anybody can do to make that extra $500 a month. So, I know it's going to help too once we get our customer program in place and we're working on all that. And it's really going to be a big deal, guys, when we launch our weight loss program, because here's the thing. Right now, in our organization, each person is only spending about what? It's about 40 volume. Well, 10% of 40 volume is $4 that you're making on each person. Wouldn't you love it if they were spending 200 volume? Yes, we would. 10% of that is $20. So what I've been helping and trying to create and help with the company, now, of course, now what I do isn't, I'm not in charge. I just give my creativity and what I think and I know that has worked in the past and what's working with other companies, and George is doing the same thing. We say, this would be great. This would be great. People would really start, getting on board. And, what if I told you this? Actually, please interact with me. I really want to hear from you. So what if I told you, and I'm going to change the screen so I can do not pick on you, Michael, and I talk to everybody. So what if I told you guys that, listen, we're gonna launch this. We're gonna launch a weight loss campaign, right? It is the coolest thing, and I'm already talking to just random people about this, just wherever I'm at. So I want to hear their opinions. I really do want to hear them. I go, what if I told you there was some stickers that were programmed that kind of look like this, and all you had to do is stick them on the lower part of your abdomen, and you would kind of adjust it using 1 to 3 on your abdomen, and you just started to detox like crazy. Like you might have to even take one off because you might not be able to leave the bathroom. Okay, so we're talking detox. If I had a sticker that didn't have any ingredients in it, it was programmed with energy, and they're looking at me funny like, what's that? And all of a sudden you start eliminating. Would you think that is a technology that works? What do you think people are saying to me? Of course. Okay. All right, cool. So we have some other, little stickers that do things like that too, that help with all sorts of things, like, the heart, the cardiovascular system, and your workouts, and your energy, and your calmness and sleeping. We have other stickers that do that too. They're not quite as obvious as like, you put these on and you're like, woo, but what do you think if I tell you that? Really? That's cool. I go, it is cool. I go, so when these weight loss stickers come out, and you're going to be detoxing, it's a big part of it. I'm going to have a free coaching program, and I'm going to coach people and help people how to really lose weight and how to even start moving and getting fit again. Is that something you might be interested in? Yeah. Do you think you could get 3 or 4 of your friends that'd be interested? Heck yeah. That's what they're saying to me. And these are people that are not in AGEA. They are people that I've never done business with. They're people that I hardly know, and some people that I kind of just would bump into here and there, and I would talk about it. And that's the reaction I'm getting. So where am I going with all this? What would you think if you could, and I'm not saying AGEA is doing this. I'm just saying these are some of my ideas, and I want to hear yours. I do. So what would it be like if we had a program that said, hey, if you get 4 people, your program is free. 4 people to participate in this weight loss and detox program, yours is free, or 3 or 5 or whatever it may be. And not only that, we're going to start building these little these little communities all over the world, in houses, in gyms, in coffee shops, parks, and it's going to be super fun. So I'm not giving any details at all. I'm talking about community, I'm talking about fun, I'm talking about some results, I'm talking about support. So do you see what I'm saying? I'm not talking about really a lot of details, but I'm hitting on things that people want. People want detox, they want weight loss, they want energy. They want to know more. They want free information from health experts and fitness experts. Who doesn't want that, right? There's a million sites out there. There's a million things out there. People don't know who to trust, but because you kind of know them or you're their friend, they're probably going to trust you a little bit. They're not going to really listen to you, but they'll listen to me, right? So, or they'll listen to someone else. So that's really what I'm fired up about. And I believe if we start to understand that this is where we're at, our audience has shifted, our audience is changing. We have this gig economy, And we want to attract, you know, everyone from 25 to 85. We do. We want them all, and we can help them all have great results. And, you know, my brand that I've been branding myself for years is FIT, the number 4, RAW. The 4 stands for faith, family, fitness, and finances, and fun, and all these other fun words, right? But that's the 4, you know, faith, family, fitness, finances. And so
The F word.
if we can teach people, you know, those things, what, you know, why wouldn't they want to plug in a little bit, right? So give me your thoughts. What's running through those pretty faces and heads of yours?
I think that most people, and just about everyone you see, could really use a little bit of weight control. And I think that when they start feeling that weight going away, that is kind of like they're becoming well, and that then that will, you know, pique their interest in other things and really get them to understand what ADVANTAGE is and what it has.
Yeah, get ready, guys, because guess what? We're going to be talking about eliminating. We're going to be talking about elimination because most people don't. Animals, when they eat, you guys all know my beautiful dog, Daisy. When animals eat, what happens? They poop. When we eat, what happens? We eat more, and we eat more, and we eat more. And sometimes people go 2-3 days without eliminating, and it is a big problem. Why? Because they are not, their system is messed up. They need a reset. They need a detox. It needs to be a daily reset and cleanse. It needs to be daily, okay? Not just in the meridian system. That's a piece of it, but in their body, in their colon, in their gut, in their whole cellular system. So this is going to be a very important message that we're going to be teaching people, and they're going to start feeling better. Because everybody likes to, what, Michaelin?
Poop.
Thank you. Dale's rolling his eyes. Shaylisa, thoughts? Shaylisa, Dr. Kevin, anybody?
And unmute. So, you know, the really cool thing about the weight loss product is there isn't anybody, it doesn't even matter. It's their perception of themselves. Almost everybody has a perception of themselves that they need to lose weight or that they need to get healthy. I would say 100% of the people do.
Yep.
So, and from all of my studying for the last 30 some years is that your gut is really your primary brain.
Yes.
And the health of your gut then is what is determined to send the information to the brain in your head. And we have brain cells in our heart, we have brain cells in our gut. So that's, to me, like the triple burner. Traditional Chinese medicine has a triple burner, and this to me is our American burner, because we really need to start burning off some of that stuff.
Yep.
Because we are the most diseased, unhealthy, wealthiest country in the world, and it doesn't make any sense. But you're right, I was cracking up laughing. You said, what do we do when we get done eating? We eat more. You know, and you know, we have food scientists, you guys, since really basically since World War II, that have full-time jobs creating addictive chemicals to put in all of our food. And so, you know, it's an uphill battle, guys. Naturally, if our bodies didn't have those chemicals that were stimulating our appetite, and then our metabolism, our hormone system is completely off, what happens is it's an uphill battle. We're kind of fighting against what the food industry and big pharma has done. So we need this kind of thing that helps us start getting clarity. Once we start eliminating properly and detoxifying, we'll start getting more clarity and better brain power to kind of stand up to those forces that want us addicted to their crappy food. And so, you know, it's just a piece of the puzzle that could really bring back health to all of us if we want it. It's just one piece, but it's probably the primary piece.
It is. It is. And these are some of the things that we're going to be talking about. You know, it's going to be a simple system, and we're going to be talking about all of these things. And so I'm excited about it. Obviously, I just ramble. Sherry, what do you have any thoughts?
I think it's a great idea. I kind of come from that industry as well too, and I like the idea of, you know, you can just put on a sticker and things happen.
Yep. And the believability, right? The believability that our other products are really working as well. Talk to me. I mean, are you with me on the whole gig mentality and how, you know, we're probably talking about too big a numbers with most people, and we need to really make this simple. Are any of you, did any of you go, yep, I'm probably trying to take a square and put it in a round hole. They don't need all of this stuff. They just want to make that extra 500 to 1,000 a month. Give me your thoughts on that.
It's me not asking questions. You know,
Yep.
instead of like throwing it out there, this, you know, and just finding out really what they want,
Yep.
instead of telling them what we have.
That's right. Or what we want, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And what we have, they should want to have that. I don't know, you know. So it's
Yeah,
really
exactly.
getting the relationship, asking the questions, finding out where they're at and what are they looking for. What's going to help them.
Yep, that's good. Really good. Anything at all, just total off topic, anything, questions, comments, anything. We'll go just a couple more minutes here and then we're going to close it out. Anything at all?
I want to say happy birthday, and you deserve a massive day off. And please enjoy. Don't think of anything. Don't even try to recruit anybody. Just pamper yourself, Nancy.
Thank you. I'm so excited. You guys want to hear what I'm going to do tomorrow?
Yeah.
My daughter, so, you know, time is just the most precious thing in the world to me, especially time with my kids. And so my oldest daughter, she'll actually be 24 next Friday. And so she said, Mom, I think I can work from home tomorrow. She's actually this marketing guru for a big company. And she said, let's go do Pilates in the morning. Come down. She lives downtown. She has this really cute apartment. And she said, come down, pick me up. We'll go Pilates and we'll go have lunch, maybe get massages. And I'm just like, you'll do that with me. You'll take a day. Oh, so I'm super excited. So that's what I'm going to do tomorrow. And then on Saturday, my kids all four of my kids are doing a little thing for me. I don't know all the details of it. So I'm excited about that. And then Saturday night, for those of you that are around, you're going to laugh at me, but there is this dive bar not far from my house called The Point. And it's like a restaurant / bar, but I mean, it's pretty big and they have really good bands there sometimes. And I love to dance. And I love live music. And I literally will just like go stand in front and just like shake my hair back and forth, you know. But it's so fun. And so one of my favorite bands is playing there on Saturday night. So I'm going to do that with a bunch of my girlfriends. And so any of you guys and guy friends, Dale, if you and your wife want to come, any of you guys in town, it's going to be fun. George, fly in, you know. But yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be a good weekend.
Hey, happy birthday.
Thank you. I need a couple days off. It's going to be good. So thanks, you guys. I appreciate all that you do and all that you are. And thank you for allowing me to just be me and share my thoughts and my failures and my successes. And I'm hoping that this is a helpful call for all of you. So God bless you guys.
Thank you.
All right. Love you all. We'll talk soon.
Thank you.
Okay.
Happy
Bye-bye.
birthday.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.